Okie dokie, folks. Welcome back to No Case Should Remain Unsolved. What on earth was going on last time? This is the kind of game where you can't really take breaks from it because you forget everything. Unfortunately, it's going to be a pretty short game, so that's not going to be a problem for long. But I'm afraid I don't have the kind of lifestyle where I can just like spend like many hours in a single day just finishing this game. I mean, sometimes I do. But not all the time. And in this case, lately, I have not had that time. So I think we ended with like finding a key for something. Was it this one? No, that's the. Or maybe it was here. Because we did a bit of like lining up some of the statements. I feel like I'm gonna have to reread the whole thing at the end to even really understand what was going on. Does this also imply that we've got them in the right column or not? I'm pretty sure that is in the right column, but I'm not doubting that. I just don't know whether the yellow confirmation thing just means they're aligned temporally rather than I was going to say spatially. That's not quite right. The space of people. Somebody come up with a word for that concept. They put into spatially, but like characters or people. Okay. So where to go? I actually don't remember which one it was I unlocked. Was it here? And I have to try and find these maybe? I think I clicked on that one because I wanted to know more about you. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Okay. Okay. So look for stationery store, candy, or hurt. I mean, cry is down there. We could go there. Oh, that might be the same as hurt, actually. No, it's not. I guess we're doing this one then, about the kindergarten teacher's testimony. I'm so grateful to her. So I can sometimes use the pictures to determine who this is about. I guess this is going to be about the mother then? I had no idea that she was keeping such a close eye on Seowon. There's something Seowon always says to me. It's a kindergarten teacher. Okay. Mummy's the saddest person in the world. Wow. She never says that when her father's around, of course, but I think I understand what she means now. Seowon genuinely thinks that way. She couldn't handle it otherwise. That's why she refuses to cry. Because then that makes her the saddest person instead of her mum. She couldn't handle it if she were the saddest person in the world getting pity from everyone. That's probably how she sees it all. She's still so young. Children who are forced to grow up fast end up with better control of their emotions. And that breaks my heart. It's interesting, it's still not even clear. Like, I guess the intro of the game did say, like, something about... Well, wasn't it sort of mixed up? Like, the kind of ghostly police character said, like, something about bringing the... Like, you brought the child back, and then the like, us, our character... Although I think they're kind of both us. The one who was, like, sitting on the floor over here... I think they said, oh, but I didn't bring the child back. It's like an unsolved case, right? So there's obviously something weird going on with, like, did this actually remain unsolved or not? Is there kind of more to that? I'm not sure. What did we just learn from that? If anything? Where's it gone? Here. Okay, not too much, I don't think. Just a bit of character stuff. So I guess we're saying that might be the mother, so let's change that now. Okay. What were the three we were looking for? Stationery store, candy, hurt. Elementary school. And there's the kindergarten. So this is the kindergarten teacher. We don't have anything from there yet, so we don't know that testimony. Promise. Okay, we did have a candy up there, but This game is overwhelming. Let's just click on whatever's available rather than trying to find the thing. I wish I could find the thing. I think that's the thing with this, is like this element of it is like exploring the various things that people said, the conversations, isn't very puzzly. It's just like click on stuff randomly, which I think is a little bit like what gosh, what's the game called? The from the Her Story developer Immortality? I think that's what that's like. It's like you sort of just click on stuff and explore, and it uncovers the narrative as you go. But my like instinct is to try and be puzzly about it. Like I want to like find this, and so like, is there some like logic to finding that? There isn't. No, I just got to kind of search everything until I find those words. And so maybe it's better to just not try and do that and just click on what's available. Case Unsolved, it's the first one that's not there. Oh, the problem is that a lot of them just highlight the locked ones. Unsolved case. Why did you turn yourself in? Yes, that's just highlighting that one. So this adds a little bit of frustration to it because I don't know which ones actually lead anywhere. Name. Okay, a bunch of new things, all locked. We could like try and align things more, I guess. Where was Promise? Promise seemed interesting. Oh, maybe the ones that, because the other one wasn't shaking, I don't think. Maybe it's only if it's shaking that it reveals something new. But again, they're all locked. Silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Myongo refused to give in. So yeah, it seemed to stop shaking. Okay, so maybe I just need to find the shaky ones, and maybe if I found all the shaky ones, then we're sort of done exploring. I think the ones that are flashing on here are just the ones that were just highlighted by the previous thing. Birthday, do we have a birthday yet? I don't think so, but I don't remember. Hospital, does that lead anywhere? Well, it wasn't shaking, so no. Find the shaky ones. Where are the shaky ones? Maybe I'm just not understanding the game correctly. I don't often have this feeling of like, maybe I'm just not getting what the game is doing. I've played lots of games. I know how games work. Like I feel like I've got the feeling of like somebody playing games that doesn't play games, and it's like, how does this work? What are the mechanisms here? Like I think I'm out of like the shaky ones. Okay, so what do I do instead? I mean, I'm gonna keep clicking on them. Maybe I need to align more things. Maybe that's the thing. Because like unlocking that other one didn't give me anything. It just gave me this, but I can't read this. Well, yeah, exactly. And if I click phone, it's gonna be the same, right? Yeah, it just highlights one. I already have. Okay, let's do some more alignment, I guess. What do we have? Those are all aligned. I mean, do I even think they're in the right place? Let's go through the first column and see if they're in the right place. So, alright, again, was there anything unusual about Seowon's activities today? That was all business as usual. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays, and we go to the playground on weekends as a family. We have 2 playgrounds in the condo complex. But you wouldn't say that because it wasn't... Oh gosh, I can't even remember where people live. Because the parents are split up. But I don't know who lives where. It's alright. Can we figure it out based on that? Do you say anything that would be... I think the rice is ready. Would you like... Oh, that's not the end. It's alright. I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all that comes to mind. So, I mean, that could... Somebody could say it's alright after that. That could make sense. I don't know who's who. I see your mother has contacted you. So exactly as you heard. Will you be coming to the police station together? That man was never one for prayer. Like, I'm kind of tempted to just, like, shift stuff up until it matches. The other problem is that I can't, like, zoom out or anything, and even if I did, the text would be too small to understand. So, like, it's going to be hard to align things up without sort of just shifting them randomly. Well, that didn't work with anything. We can't do that, sir. You mean you've already filed a missing persons case? So you're once officially registered as a missing person then? Then please, that's good enough. Detective, I'm begging you, please don't look for my daughter anymore. Like, why would you be happy with them filing a missing persons case and then be like, oh, don't look anymore? What? That's good enough. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Let her just live life. So, I mean, it's possible the story here is just that the father wants to have custody of the kid or something? Case unsolved. Do anything, please, I beg of you. The station searched the park in the neighborhood, right? Detective, the one with the pond. The weeping willow trees by the water they're learning to look at. I took a stroll there last year with Myungo and Hye-jong. Who's Hye-jong again? Oh, potentially an aunt or something? Oh, no, the carer. He looks like he's at the mercy of the world sometimes, but the truth is he's the most unyielding boy you'll meet. Who's she a carer for? For Hye-jong, maybe? No, sorry, for Myungo. For children and adults too, I suppose. A death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe collapse. Rebuilding from those ruins was a time-consuming journey, but I think Myungo has managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you noticed, but there's something he always carries around, never leaves home without it. What is that thing? Was it in a picture somewhere? We always used to buy Seowon candy from the stationery store on the way home, but we didn't buy her candy recently because Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. I told Seowon to stay where she was and went over to the stationery store. I ran right over. The stationery store is just up the steps over the fence. It's really quick, I swear. I was only there for a bit and I ran back, but she wasn't there. I called her name like Seowon, but she didn't come, only Auntie did. Auntie. So is this the brother? Because in this sentence, I could imagine Auntie just being like, you know, like when you're talking about your kids, you say like, Mum and Dad and Auntie, like you refer to them in that way, but this sentence, but she didn't come, only Auntie did. I started crying and Auntie said I shouldn't tell anyone she wasn't. Yeah, okay, so once you get down here, it's clear that this person is a child. She told me not to say anything at all, just like that monkey we saw at the temple. So there is an auntie involved here. I'm not sure who that is. So this must be the other kid. We only have 2 kids in this whole thing. That must be you, I think. Does it pair up with one of these? But normally you don't talk much. Could you tell me now what happened when you last saw Seowon? Once you're ready, you'll talk to me. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it, okay? It's okay if you don't want to talk, Myungo. I don't mind waiting. What happens if I click on you? It just takes me there. Could you promise me that once you're ready, you'll talk to me? So does that come earlier than that because you are talking at that point? Ah, okay. It's not on the same day though. It is on the same day. So once you're ready, okay, I kind of imagine that would mean like on a future day. But no, it's literally just 6 minutes later. You suddenly like, okay, I'm not gonna wait for you until you're ready. I'm gonna just keep questioning you. Am I really like? Okay, so this might just follow directly on for that, possibly, if we believe this is the brother... Okay, there's probably something in between. like the monkey we saw at the temple. So, like, clearly, like, the whole thing about it's okay if you don't want to talk wouldn't come after this, because there's a lot of talking here. We can't shift these things around. Okay, well, we got one extra thing, so we're getting another key. Time. Do we have any other blues on here? We do. We've got this blue here. So crying. So we could get another crying one if we found cry again. And lies up there. Crying, divorce, hurts. Silence, playground. Crying, divorce, hurts. Silence, playground. I wish there was some way to just see all the words that are not clicked. Because, like, elementary school won't lead anywhere, right? Yeah, just this stuff. This makes sense. This is how I imagined it would work. Crying, what is it? Crying, divorce, hurts, silence, playground. Crying, divorce, hurts, silence, playground. Crying, divorce, hurts, silence, playground. Crying, divorce, hurts. Ah, playgrounds, here we go. We can read one of these blue ones. Yes. Yes. This one. Okay. Was your son still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. Okay. Myongo said he was with Seowon the whole time, but that he had no idea where she'd gone. So I scolded him. You're not making any sense. I was so desperate that I was too harsh with him. Even though it's my fault Seowon's disappeared, I failed them both. Please don't ask Myongo for information. He won't tell you anything. This is a new one, isn't it? Okay, that's good. He won't tell you anything. Yeah, I'm still a bit like this whole time I've been imagining it's the mother that lives in the condo near the playgrounds, but I could be wrong on that, unless maybe it's been confirmed somewhere. But okay, he won't tell you anything. Oh, that's silence. So that does have a. Oh, it did have a blue one, but I've just opened up the blue one. Okay, well, great. There's stuff about Seowon's birth. Her mother, so yeah, we definitely know that's the father. Well, we can probably arrange some of these, but I don't know. I feel like this is just going to pair up with something if I just shuffle it up. No, I'd rather do it myself. It's just kind of hard because the way it's all presented. Stop asking where she is. Okay, all business as usual. It's alright again. 2 playgrounds in the condo complex. So if I think it's the mother that lives there, I should move that across, but I'm not certain. No matter how deep you dug, he said, the spade would never know the smell of the earth. Gets so angry that he couldn't change anything with his own abilities. You said he turned himself in. That sounds like it's late in the timeline, so we should throw that down. Turned himself in. So it was clearly after. Oh, I've just lost it, haven't I? I wish I could like also. I keep scrolling away from it, not realizing it's moving me down to it. Okay, I'm gonna put it like near the bottom. Is that one? Isn't it now at the bottom? Yes, it is. Okay. Like, I want to only pair things up when I know I'm pairing them up, not just accidentally because I'm shifting them around. Surrender to the police. So the other blue one, that had crying, divorce, and hurt on it. Crying, divorce, hurt. Crying, divorce, hurt. I saw another playground up there as well, but that's not relevant, I don't think. No. So hurt would get us there as well. So if we found hurt, I would go there instead. Crying, divorce, hurt. Crying, divorce, hurt. Crying, divorce, hurt. I'm not sure they're here. Okay, so that must mean we have to do some aligning of stuff. What else do we have? Like, which other people do we have? We've got the grandma. Claims to be the culprit behind the disappearance. Seowon's father surrendered himself. No, detective, you can't. Don't believe a word of what he says. Everything says is a lie. It was me. I made him do it. It's all my fault. I'll be right there, detective. Don't you listen to anything. He claims to be the culprit. Do you live with your daughter? Oh, well, so this clearly isn't the... Wait, unless you're talking about the mother. The pre-entrance day, what was it my daughter said now? A slight call, I think. Yes, I remember now. I knew it was pre-entrance day, so I asked my daughter later how it went. I don't live with her, of course. Do you mean... I think I interpreted this before as it could have been the mother that you're talking about. So it's the grandma talking about the daughter and just asking how I don't know what pre-entrance day is. Is it like a day like with no real lessons or whatever? You just go and kind of understand the school, like what it's like, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, maybe this is the dad? I don't want to leave her alone for too long, spending all her time while I'm in misery. I do remember that I was visiting a few days ago when that City Hall employee called. He asked me the same thing you did, detective. So I think I said that she was doing well, I was taking perfect care of my... No, okay, granddaughter, there we go. There are reasons I've put things where I put them. Detective, this is ridiculous. It was just one missed pre-entrance day at school. What are you interrogating me for? Okay, so... I wish I could mark it as like, yeah, I'm like fairly sure this is in the right column. Or if there were a column for like non-certain things. I don't think I can move, I don't have that ability. What is that? Oh, I guess I could use that one. Oh well, I mean that one shouldn't go there, but are we certain the grandma is the mother of the mother? So you seem to have like teamed up with the father in some way, maybe, or somebody else. Where do I go? There's not that much there. That's right, Chief. How are you? Administrative office, okay. So we only have one thing from you, so there's nothing to line up. I've already explained everything to the other officers on the phone. This is the ex-English teacher, but possibly not. I heard her mother and brother were with her. They didn't say anything. I don't know if this will help, but, well, you asked me to tell you everything, so I guess I will. So I was always optimistic and cheerful. She started at Eden last year. Don't we have a separate thing for Eden, though? Sunshine class, Eden kindergarten. Where was I? Here. So the teacher here, this might be the wrong teacher? Ex-English teacher. First I just took her for a friendly child, and I realised that her brother came to pick her up instead of her mother, but she never asked where her mother was. No, not that that's a problem, not at all, but, well, how should I put this? I suppose I've never seen her cry or get angry or even frown, well, that's mentioned. So I always feel like I want to keep a closer eye on her, make sure she's okay. She's going to need a lot of attention and guidance. She's so cheerful and bright, in a strangely fragile way. Does that make sense? So do we think this is the Eden person instead? I mean, I just don't know where this English teacher works. They might work at Eden. I think this is the father. What do you mean it's all your responsibility? Can I pair that up with something? Here? You're turning yourself in. Okay, you're turning yourself in. That's probably in the wrong place as well. Okay, hold on. Father. And then... So then, I think if this is going to pair up if I move it up one. No. Okay. Although, there's this one as well, even though it's my fault, so there's two that it could go with. Oh, I guess there's more. What do you mean it's all your responsibility? You're turning yourself in? I mean, that would make sense. So this is before you're saying that, but it might be a completely different person. TikTok detective, who knows what they're doing to her, and you're sitting here asking where she's gone on her own. Damn it, I'm sorry, detective, I know you're doing everything you can. Ah, wow, this game got hard. Why do you ask, detective? Does the boy have something to do with the case? I mean, this clearly doesn't sound like one of the parents, because I think they're talking about the brother, maybe? Or maybe there's another kid. Did you happen to see this boy when you went to the playgrounds to find Seowon? Okay, who does that connect with? See this boy. How do I wish I could just find boy. Is there like a thing I'm missing? I don't think so. If there's anything else interactive. I just want to like... Can I... If I press Control F? No. It doesn't work. Boy. But you know they're siblings, right? Yeah, not a brother either. Young goes mature. Yep. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing this now? But lying about what? I mean, okay. Boy, who's mentioned a boy? Like, who else do we even have that would have seen somebody at the park but not know who the boy is? Like, maybe the English teacher? Wait, this is in the wrong place, isn't it? Who were you on the phone with on the afternoon of February 3rd? Yeah, this is in the wrong place. This should be... It should be... I'm confused. I'm so lost. Not there. Isn't there like... Is it this place? What is this? Caregiver certificate. I don't understand. None of the fragments unlocked so far contain the clues I need, okay. Do some of these tell me if we do have the things? English teacher needed funds. What? I've already found the fragments containing the clues. Search for the answers now. What? Why is it not like clear that this is a thing? Well, no, but I mean, I could search for myself. The key reason the English teacher needed funds. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. That's a question I'm trying to answer. Okay, I'm going to put it on my whiteboard. English teacher needs funds. In case anybody is watching this and has not watched my stuff before, you'll know I will make things harder for myself intentionally. Like, I know I could just shift things around, see if they match up, or click on this and then just click on random things and see if it works, or maybe even clicking on that and pressing this reveals something more to me. I don't know, but I'd rather understand the thing myself before actually clicking through, because to me that it gives me a more fun experience of having to really understand everything instead of the game just sort of giving it to me. Let's get rid of that since it doesn't do anything. I would like to surrender. A little girl went missing, didn't she? I mean, you could say that about your own daughter. She was with me, I took her away. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. I did it because I needed the money. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but that implies, based on this, that it's actually the English teacher. Okay. I don't think this is the English teacher. This is the company that you work for, Durihana. Is that this space? but I can't get that information because it's probably hidden in something else somewhere. What was I looking at? This one. I've already explained everything to the other officers on the phone, detective. Other officers on the phone? Is she still missing? How could someone take her away in broad daylight in the middle of a condo complex? I heard her mother and brother were with her. They didn't see anything. I don't know if this will help, but well, you asked me to tell you anything, so I guess I will. Start the Eden. I don't know who you are, though. Maybe you work at Eden. I don't like... Yeah, the other thing is I don't want to just move stuff like without a proper clue. Or like, not even just a clue. I want to know. I want to know before I move stuff. It's the same way I approached The Root Trees Are Dead, Case of the Golden Idol, everything. Her mother... Yeah, this is almost certainly the dad. Is there a special meaning to Seowon's name? So this is them just learning. I feel like this must go later. And this must go earlier than that, so this goes even later. I just don't want it to confirm stuff before I'm ready. It's totally going to, though. I saw that boy. This is somebody else for sure, but I don't know who. It wouldn't be the person who works at the stationery store, because you're referring to the stationery store. It could be the carer? This person? Today, so that's clearly on the day of the kidnapping or whatever's happened. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible. I'm definitely quite lost. Sorry, folks. I know you're probably frustrated, but I guess that's the puzzle. Like, every single one of these that I read, I'm like, do I know that this is this person or not? Like this one. We have two playgrounds in the condo complex. That implies that you live there. But isn't she at her mother's? I don't know if that's clear anywhere. Okay, let's read this. Hello, madam. Senior Inspector, blah, blah, blah. Escape detective, I was expecting delivery man. Could you please knock instead of ringing the doorbell next time until taking a nap? Blah, blah, blah. So where is this? First day of school is only a month away. This is 2-4. And what's the day she's gone missing? 2-5, yes. Remember me. This is the next day. When she wakes up, all the time in the hospital is tough on her, but she's growing up so strong and proud of her. Does that go to hurt? No. And now I have to try and find that again. Someone's been blah 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 since I was pregnant. She's born premature. My mother and I are doing our best to give her everything it needs. Okay, so it's pretty clear that the grandma is the mother's mother, unless there's two grandmas in this story, which I don't think there is, but it could do that. You can check in. I think the rice is ready. Would you like to join us for food, detective? So it seems like Seowon is staying with the mother that night, right? So it would be it would be the mother that lives in the condo complex. She's gone to, she was just at the playground. Yes, exactly. So it seems more likely to me that this must go to the mother. Okay, does it make sense after any previous thing? How do you remember the time so precisely? I think it might be my fault she's gone. I was in the hospital for a long time to blah blah blah. Do you think she resents me? Is that why she won't call me mum? Is that why she's always so hard to find? I have to scour all the playgrounds to find her. It's alright. I mean, it could go above it, I don't know. Sorry, it could go... This could go... Wait, no, I'm moving the wrong one. How has that happened? This one. Okay, so that doesn't go there. I mean, it didn't feel like it tied together very correctly. How do you remember the time so precisely? So she mentions the time in this thing, right? No? Where is the time mention? Here. Oh, okay, so that might be... I got a call from my mother. Oh gosh, there's loads of stuff here. I hadn't realised quite how much there was in this column. I guess it is a very long column. Look at it. It's exactly as my daughter said. Oh, this should clearly go to... Yeah, to the grandma. Okay, hold on. Okay, starting to notice like where things are going wrong. Oh gosh. I don't want it to do that. I wish I was like pairing them up myself. Although I know it would make it a really hard game, but I do wish I was doing that. She's just at the playground. Okay, so I think this follows immediately after that. Okay, I think these two blocks of yellow go together. Yeah, and maybe even the one that I just moved to the bottom, like below this, is immediately connected. No. So still though, it's in there that you mentioned the time somewhere, right? Or am I still missing that one? Where's the time? Turn himself in. That's definitely later, because clearly the call, the emergency call is happening right then. Exactly for 3:33. Wait, hold on. Where's the bit? Okay, so those two go together. No. Okay, so there's something else between those. But the worst is all that comes to mind. And it's not that it's alright, because we just had that there. So that clearly comes later, I think. So your mother has contacted you. It's exactly as you heard. We'll be coming to the police station together. So if I click that, it takes me to the grandma. Yeah, okay. So he turns stuff in, so that clearly comes late as well. Like those two might be in a similar timeline to each other. Okay, so you don't ask that question immediately after that. That doesn't lead anywhere new, right? No. Okay. Key reason the English teacher needed funds. I mean, I think it did say I had the clue for that somewhere. So if I've put all the... This clearly isn't all the mother though, is it? Although, wait, so we now have one huge block there. I see. Okay, so that's one huge block. What else do we have here? So the time... Try not to panic, but the worst is all that comes to mind. I mean, that could be the grandma, I guess. Yeah, what if I just have these in the wrong place? Maybe they do tie together, but I've got them in the wrong column? Is that possible? Can you still move... Oh, no, you can't change the character. That is possibly a mechanic I'd not understood then. Is that it only confirms this if they're also in the right column. So it's quite possible that these are the grandma, and these do still go together. When did you last see her at the playground? Or it's somebody else. I never leave the children alone when we're out together. Although I don't think it is the grandma, I think it's... Don't usually get calls in the afternoon, so I ducked into the condo hallway. The call history is 5 minutes long, which she disappeared in less than that. And because I looked up partway through the conversation, she was already gone. We go to the playground on weekends as a family, like everybody? Do you like bring the entire family together? We have 2 playgrounds in the condo complex. Normally we alternate between them. I go along sometimes. Jeong, who I still don't understand who that is. Well, it's you. You're the caregiver person. So Jeong has to take the kids on her own. So is it the mother that's in a wheelchair? It's not, right? I thought I'd confirmed it was the dad, but maybe not. Seowon loves getting candy there. If he really did take her, maybe it was because he couldn't afford child support payments. He's been complaining since last summer about how he was having a hard time keeping up the payment schedule. I told him this was a critical time in Seowon's life, that he had to get his act together. We may be divorced, but he's still her father. Even now, I suppose he's still trying to change things himself without even trying to pray. That man. Oh, I see your mother, so this is definitely you. I wish I had a way of marking that, because I'm just going to keep rereading stuff and not knowing that I'd already confirmed it. And that's definitely you. Okay. Some of them I'm not certain, like the 333, how do you remember the time so well? When did you last see her at the playground? What does the grandma say? Oh, I mean, that clearly comes later. I just don't want you to confirm anything to me. Okay, it didn't, thank goodness. Do you see any suspicious individuals when you went to pick up Seowon? So sure that she'd be at the playground, so I could imagine that question comes after that. So that's a good enough reason. Well, let me understand that a bit more. Can't believe she's gone and called you. What? Right, okay, because you're just thinking, oh, she goes away off on her own, so there's probably nothing going wrong. Okay. But I think you're somehow connected to the disappearance. Okay, so I think that's going to be you there. Nope, it's not. I mean, I could put that over there and see if it connects it or not. It does not. Okay, maybe it's still not you. Maybe it's somebody else. Never leave the... So maybe this... Okay, so maybe this is actually you. Because you said something about... Oh my gosh, I need to remind myself all that stuff as well. This is horrendously complicated. This is the day before. She said, I'm at the store outside the condo complex and security called saying the fire alarm was going off in the house. Okay, let me understand this. What happened? You came to check on Seowon the other day. I see blah, blah, blah. I'm scared she's gone. That's all that says, really. I got a call from my mother. She said, I'm at the store outside the condo complex, and I think they live together, and security called saying the fire alarm was going off in the house. Whose house? Their house? Security guard went over to my mother's house. No, so your mother... Okay, maybe you just live in the same complex. But he couldn't open the door, so she asked me to go and open it for her. Oh, we're saying this isn't the right thing. Okay, I chewed her out. She knew I couldn't bring Seowon somewhere, so dangerous. I told her to go herself. But she was so stubborn. Mom said she could get to the playground and pick up Seowon faster than she could get home. So I should rush over to her house and make sure... Right, okay, so that's why that's convenient for you, because you live in the same place. That she would be there soon. She said that made the most sense. She was going to wait for me with Seowon outside the building. I went to Mum's house and the security guard was there. I opened... Last time I was reading this, I was imagining it was the father, and so like this is also just like recalibrating some things in my mind. I went to Mum's house and the security guard was there. I opened the door for him and the place was filled with smoke. I don't know what she was cooking on the stove, but the pot was burnt black. The guard turned off the stove and opened the windows. This might be a distraction of some sort though. All I could think of was Seowon. How glad I was that I didn't bring her to such a dangerous place. But you wouldn't have been able to because she was at the playground. Why are you even thinking about... I don't understand. Why would you even be thinking about that? It's not like you would have gone to the playground and then picked her up and then took her there. She's at the playground. That doesn't make sense. I ran back into the elevator. It was only a few minutes, I swear. I found Mum waiting for me outside the building just like she promised, but when I asked her where Seowon was, she said, I thought you took her with you, right? Says, are you here yet? I keep calling him. So this is about the father, but he won't pick up. It's not out of the ordinary, but it's an emergency. His own daughter is missing. So that's why I was texting him on that day you came from the police station. Seowon's, so you mean yesterday, right? I wish the date format were clearer. But it must be yesterday, unless it's a month ago. Seowon's always such a quiet girl, and she was chattering about how much happier she'd be if her father was here too, so I asked him if he'd come by and say hello, but he's heartless, that man. Is that really possible, Detective? Has Seowon ever wandered off alone? So you're saying, is that possible that that's happened on this case, in this case, rather than is it possible that she ever wanders off alone? And that seems, because it does seem like a weird question to be asking. Detective, I think it might be my fault she's gone. Yeah, okay. So you start blaming yourself. It's all right. Again, was there anything unusual about Seowon's activities? So this is once we're getting into not confirmed stuff. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays. We go to the playground on weekends as a family. We have 2 playgrounds. So this is still today though, so it's like there's probably only like 1 or 2 things between these 2. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible, so Hye Jeong has to take the kids on her own. Hye Jeong's this caregiver person. This person. I go along sometimes. With 2, we normally alternate between them. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible. Are you referring to this occasion? Like, is that relevant? Wait, recently they've only been going to that one playground. Yes, okay. Hye Jeong said the kids asked to go there today too. Okay. That is explained. If only they'd gone to the other playground. On the way back, they sometimes drop by the stationery store near the complex entrance, the place called Apollo, so one was getting candy there. Like, this could be the grandma? It's alright. Again, was there anything unusual? I don't even know who that is. Do I? Maybe it's the stationery store person, or maybe it's the ex-English teacher. Yeah, okay, so they mostly feel like they're in the right column except this one. Well, I'm not certain about that one. I don't know what's going on here. There's obviously lots of stuff in the father's column that I'm not certain is the father. I failed them both. That sounds like a father-y thing to say. Oh, it could be a motherly thing to say. So I scolded him. You're not making any sense. Was your son still there? I was under the impression that both children at the playground. Well, the father wouldn't know, I don't think. Was your son still there? Could that go at the end of this? Yeah, it could do. It's a bit, like, random, though. But yeah, that could go there. You're more likely to be asking the mother about that, so it needs to go up further. And then one more? Or another one? Okay. She's strolled away somewhere. She's been kidnapped. All possibilities are on the table, as if get off your chairs and do something. We're running out of time here. Realize the horse, get those crews on the streets, anything. TikTok detective, who knows what they're doing to her, and you're sitting here. So this, like, clearly this is somebody with a more angry personality. What words do I need for that blue one? Crying, divorce, hurt. But I think Myung-go has managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you noticed, but there's something he always carries around, never leaves home without it. I don't know who this is. I don't think it's the dad, though. This is definitely the dad. I wish I could mark it. This boy. I wish I could search for the boy. Okay, we're gonna just accept that this is, you know, it's okay. This is the kind of game you get lost in. And I'm just gonna have to keep looking over stuff and like connecting dots, and then eventually it will come together. Obviously, I could try and search for this information. Like, it's in there somewhere, and I was just thinking, like, I should reread what the stuff that I've got in the ex-English teacher column. I'm basically just gonna have to keep like going over everything to try and eventually narrow down a bunch of things and move them into the right columns and all that kind of stuff. Because like when you read them initially, it's hard to know what the context even is. So yeah, next time we'll move to some of the other. We went back to the father and mother today. There's obviously still some unknowns in there, and I wish I could mark them in some way, but I can't. So I'm just gonna have to deal with the fact that they're in there. And then we should get to the other columns next time. All right, see you then, folks. Goodbye.